If you've just joined us, this is a story of a pitcher who's got his club in a rare and exciting situation. Heidi, can you offer some insight without violating any baseball taboos?
Well, I don't want to jinx a masterful pitching performance by saying any kind of certain words out loud, but let me just draw your attention to the number in the opposing team's hit column. Here's a hint. The number looks like a bagel, maybe a donut. Is this performance going to go down in the record books, Matt?
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks. Stepping into the box,
we got nobody.
Adalberto Mondesi. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point.
Adalberto.
And he'll look at a fastball that doesn't miss by a whole lot. It's 1-0. And a good heater as he just watches this baby, a ball and a strike.
Here we go, boys.
Looks like he's got a good feel for that two-seam fastball this far into the game. He's used it effectively tonight.
But that finds the first baseman's glove, and that's a tough first out. Here's the left fielder, Alex Gordon. He's hitless in the game, as is much of the rest of his team.
Gordon.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. That one's down around the knees, taken for a strike.
Here we go. Pick it up. Let's go.
Fouled away.
Hey, we got one.
The 0-2 home. And he fouls this one off. Here's a weakly hit fly ball off to the left side. And that's a base hit. So the no-hit bid ends here in the 7th. They finally break through for their first hit of the ball game. So the no-hit bid will end right here.
Yeah, Matty V, and this is when you start thinking about that no-no. You get into the 7th inning, D-Row. As a pitcher, you start looking ahead to what might happen.
And that donut stares at you from an offensive standpoint as well. This guy's had his
back to first, but it's right over his head. And now, this ball's going to wind up out of play. And a big mistake there.
Number 66.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Not where you want the changeup, but he gets away with it for a strike.
Hey, 2 down here.
And that's in there as well. 0-2 now.
That's back-to-back pitches taken for strikes. Puts himself in a bad spot. 0-2. Let's see if he can battle back in this AB.
Fouled off. Soler at second with 2 down. And it's 1-2. And they pull the string on a good changeup there as he swings and misses, and he's set down on strikes for the 2nd time tonight. 1 left for Kansas City. They're looking up at a 9-0 deficit. Here's Chris Owings now. We're in the 8th now, and nothing's changed out there on the mound.
Well, I've been very impressed with how the starter's going about his business, Matt. He's looked really sharp, and it's hard to know if it's had any effect. But getting that early lead from his offense could have really helped settle him in.
Behind 0-2 now. Here's the 0-2. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive.
No one down here.
Just a touch outside. 1-2.
Not sure if that was a great take or if he got locked up on a two-seamer running away, but either way, it worked out well for him. That's a well-thrown pitch, though.
And a fastball swung on and missed as they set him down for the 2nd time here tonight.
He's been in total control out there tonight. Gets the leadoff guy with a strikeout there, and it just seems like we've seen so many off-balance swings and weakly hit balls in this one.
The 3rd baseman.
First pitch of the at-bat. And he lays off a pitch in there for the first strike. Sets the target low here, and it misses 1-1. The set and the 1-1 pitch. High in the air down the right field line. And foul.
One down.
The 1-2. And that's off his leg on the mound. Thankfully, he's able to recover, and he gets the 2nd out at first. And with that play over now, time to check and see if our man is all right. You can really see him favoring that leg, and that is his plant leg, which is always a concern. But from the way he's acting out there, I think it looks like he's going to be okay to try and continue. Now at the plate, Martin Maldonado. Prior outings against Wade LeBlanc. He's 3 for 9. And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Strike one.
Hey, this guy's pitching pretty well as we're rolling into the late innings. It's interesting, though. His first pitch strike percentage, less than 40% so far in this one.
Here we go.
Now the 1-1 pitch is a fastball that misses. Changeup gets him out in front for strike two.
That swing had one purpose, and that was to put the ball over the wall. I guess he doesn't have much to lose with his team down this many at this point in the game.
Popped him up.
Mine.
And he will indeed make the play in foul territory to retire the side. Royals. Here's Billy Hamilton standing in, starting things for his side in the ninth as they face the improbable odds of trying to come back in this one.
Yeah, not a lot of hope for them at this point, but these guys know these bats still count, at least for their own stats. You can't mill in your chances as a professional.
That's on the inside corner to put him behind here, 0-2.
I gotta say, his command of the corners in this start has been pretty exceptional. He's mixed east and west really well, and it's a big reason why he's had success.
1-2 the count to Billy Hamilton. High in the air out to center field. Smith's on the move. He gets there to make the play for the first out of the inning. With Merrifield next to hit. He struggled at the top of the lineup in this one, hitless to this point. Popped straight up. Beckham over to his left, and he makes the catch for the second out. Now in the box, Adalberto Mondesi. He's their last shot here with 2 away in the ninth as they look to avoid the shutout.
Yeah, they just haven't had any answer for the great pitching so far in this one.
Set to deliver the 0-1. Taken, called, strike two, and now they're down to their final strike tonight.
Hey, from an offensive standpoint, you better get it ready.
And he gets strike 3 called to end it here, and with that, this one is over.
Well, Dan, we almost saw history today with a no-hitter. But even though that wasn't meant to be, they did get the win.
Yeah, D-Roll, and that's ultimately the important thing. It was a transcendent pitching performance for most of the game. It was a thrill to see him come so close to the no-no, and a win like this will surely give his team a lift.
Well, in case you don't follow this ball club too closely, Malik Smith is being talked about maybe as a player to watch this year, guys.
He sure is, Matty V. Even though he's already looking like a key contributor, he's still a young player. But most people around this organization just think he's going to keep getting better and better.
I agree with you, Dan. I think he can actually take a leap forward in his development this season. He can make a big difference for this team. I'm excited to watch him play live in this one and see what he's got.
Malik Smith the next to hit. His line against Justin Verlander, a number of meetings, he's 1 for 7. First pitch on its way from Verlander. First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1. Fellas, taking a look at these Astros entering play here this afternoon. They came out on the losing end last time out and are in a bit of a skid. In fact, they've lost 7 of their last 10.
Yeah, Matty, if they're going to clean up.
Digging in now, Jose Altuve. He was a strikeout victim in his first try.
Jose Altuve.
Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Smith's on the move. He can't get there as it falls in. And that'll bring up Aledmus Diaz.
Up
0
next
for
for the
1 here
Astros.
in the early going.
The shortstop, Aledmus
Hey, we got two.
Diaz.
Two down.
The 0-1 offering. Hit pretty well out toward right center field. And he will get there to make the running play, and that will end the inning. Now batting, Malik Smith. They'll start things out here in the home fifth, and it's been tough sledding for this lineup through the first half of the game.
Yeah, they haven't had any momentum going to the plate so far in this one, Matt. They need something to break their way and wake them up a bit.
Be nice to get these fans involved at some point as well. Swings through it for strike number 2. Line drive to center field. He dives. Did he catch that? He did. What a play there for the first out.
I suppose this is why you usually have the best defensive outfielder in center field. He got a good read on it, charges in hard, and made a fabulous grab. Look for that one to make the highlight.
Here's George Springer. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far.
The center fielder, number 4.
Now the 1-1 pitch.
Springer.
There's a drive high in the air and deep to left center field. And it's gone as they add still another. A solo home run here off the bat of George Springer. Home run number 5 on the year as the Astros have opened it up now 4-0.
Man, you could see the center fielder tracking the ball the entire way. He thought he had it, and he might tell you he should have had it, but he just couldn't bring it back into the yard.
Into the box
The
now,
fielder,
Malik Smith.
0-0.
He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. First pitch coming, here it is. First pitch fastball swung on and missed 0-1.
We're moving along into the later innings, and this guy's throwing over 60% of his first pitches for strikes. He'd like to do a little bit more, but so far so good.
1-1 the count now. Now the 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed, and that's strike 2. Verlander still nothing earned through 6 1/3. And he got him. Now at the plate, Malik Smith. His past numbers against Hector Rondon. He's 1 for 2. Strike taken up in the zone. Line drive to center field. Springer is there, and that won't help the cause. It's a quick out here to start the home ninth.
Good contact to start.
Well, guys, unfortunately, Smith did not get a lot done at the plate in this game.
You know what, Matty? No, he didn't. And we touched earlier on the vital importance of his contribution to this club going forward. We didn't see it today, boys, but you know what? He's got a ton of talent, and we'll look for him to back it up next game.
The Mariners have gotten off to a good start so far this season. For more on that, let's check in with Heidi Watney. Heidi?
Well, Matt, coming into the season, there were some differing opinions about what might be expected of this club. So far here in April, they've been able to produce, and though it is very early, you can feel a sense of optimism among these players. They believe they can be a factor in this division, and so far, their record reflects it.
Thank you, Heidi. Striding into the box,
The batter,
David
number 6.
Fletcher, as he'll
Second
look to bring
baseman,
home that tying run from
JJ
second with a base hit into the outfield.
Fletcher.
0-1 the count. Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery.
No ball.
Swing and a miss, and he's in control. 0-2. Couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. We'll look ahead to inning number 8 now. The M's lead it 3-2. Luis Garcia has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th.
Number 40, Luis.
In now,
Garcia.
Tim Beckham. 3 at-bats for him in this one, all ending with him going down on strikes.
Leading off for Seattle.
From the stretch, here's the pitch.
Tim
First pitch is a slider
Beckham.
down low. It's 1-0.
Back-to-back breaking balls. He just missed that one right there, fouling it away. Do not expect a third.
Now the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a liner toward the gap in left center. And this is into the alley and ought to be good for extra bases. And he'll pull into second here with nobody out.
Everyone knows that this guy's numbers are not where he wants them to be so far this year, but you never know by that swing. He looked fluid and confident, driving that pitch for a double. We'll see if that gets him going a bit.
Malik Smith the next to hit. And it looks like this could be a critical at-bat in this one.
Well, a glance at my scorebook shows they haven't been able to get him out yet, so this could be a fun at-bat to watch.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. And he lays off there 1-0. And it's fouled away. The 1-1 is a fastball that misses. Here's a blooper out toward left center. Simmons trying to get there, and that's into the gap and should be extra bases. And he is in there.
This is the type of production they were expecting from this guy when he came to the majors a couple of years back. He looks really at ease at the plate, and that relaxed swing is getting some really good results. Good example on that double there. Always great to see a young player blossoming.
And that'll bring in Tom Murphy. Not much in the way of productivity from him so far, but he's got a chance to come through here in a crucial spot.
Yeah, it's time now that he has to put the rest of those bats behind him, because none of that matters if he can clutch up when it really counts.
Now the 1-0. And he gets him to pop it up on the right side of the infield. And that will fall as he comes through. It's a base hit. Oh, and the throw back in is a wild one.
Dan, that's a huge insurance run right there. Has to feel good as a hitter right there to not only get a ribby knock, but to give your team a little bit of breathing room.
It does, and it makes your pitcher go out there with a little bit more free and easy frame of mind instead of going in a one-run game where every pitch is so important. You're one pitch away from a solo tying the game up. That's not the case now.
Here's D. Gordon now as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. Trying to keep it going. A perfect 3 for 3 thus far. 0-1. Here it comes. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Runners at the corners here. Nobody out. Flared to the right side. That'll do the job. It's in there. A base hit. Trotting in to score is the runner from third, and that'll push the lead up to 3 here in the 8th.
Yeah, in a game like this, every run matters, and that RBI pushes the lead to 5-2, which almost feels insurmountable here late in this game. We'll see, though, if that's the case.
Noah Ramirez will come on in relief now as he'll make his 10th appearance of the season.
Ramirez.
Mitch Haniger will be his first test out of the bullpen, and it'll be a tough test indeed as he'll face him with 2 on and nobody out here. First pitch on its way. There's a ball into right center field. That's going to be a base hit. Murphy isn't stopping. Here he comes to the plate. Safe at the plate as they open it up to 6-2 now.
Well, that makes it a 4-run deficit, so you might have to start wondering if this is too much for them to come back. They've only been able to scratch across 2 runs the entire game so far, so coming up with 4 more in this one might be too tall of an order.
Striding in, Domingo Santana. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Ball 1.
Well, that curveball was really a hanger, and that's not a good sign. He's got to get back on track. He needs that release point to get out front and get the ball down in the zone.
Slapped hard the opposite way. Calhoun is there to put it away for out number 1. And he's safe.
We'll see if moving up the third pays off for him. He didn't have to tag and go for third, but now he can score a lot of different ways. Doesn't have to be a hit.
Edwin Encarnacion now. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far. First delivery to him on the way. Big swing, but he just gets a piece of it. Strike 1. Set to deliver the 0-1. Good curveball. Strike 2.
Love that pitch right there, and he executed it perfectly. A big arcing curveball that starts at the batter's hip and then just bends onto the inside corner. A lot of hitters have a tendency to open up way too early, and they can't make good contact on that pitch.
So he got him swinging. Edwin Encarnacion goes down for out number 2 in the top half.
Jay Bruce.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. A ball and no strikes.
Well, late in a game like this, calls that don't go your way can really throw you off when you're on the mound, but you just can't let it happen. His composure is getting a little test right here.
That evens it up 1-1. 3 runs already home here. Fouled away. Breaking ball that time that misses out of the zone. And he fouls this one off. And he strikes him out here, so he's able to stop the bleeding a bit as this side is retired. So they strike for 3 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and a couple of men left on. Not too many more shots left. Home half of the 8th coming up. The Mariners are on top 6-2. In now is Andrelton Simmons. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point.
The shortstop, Andrelton Simmons.
It doesn't look very promising so far in this one as we move into the later innings. Down by a bundle, it's time to get some base runners and hopefully a long ball to get them back into this one.
Strike taken as that one catches the outer part of the plate. Ripped on the ground to first. And he'll take it to the bag himself for the out.
The left
It's
fielder,
just
number
enough
8.
now. He singled earlier, making him 1 for 2 to this point.
Upton.
First pitch of the at-bat. And that changeup makes him jump, a swing and a miss.
That was a nasty pitch right there. Great arm action by the pitcher. That looked like a heater out of his hands and dropped off the table.
Fouled off. 2 runs, 8 hits, and no errors to this point for the Angels. And Upton swings and misses on a good pitch, and he's set down on strikes for out number 2.
Boy, there's nothing like seeing a good power pitcher that has a good
third baseman,
fastball.
number
What does he
7.
do? He just throws this good fastball right by, brings the express. No chance to put that ball in play.
So striding forward now, Zach Cozart. And they're down to their final 4 outs here, Dan.
Yeah, that's not looking too good for them right now, Matt. They've got a significant hill to climb, but they've got to take it one bat at a time. A couple of guys get on, and then who knows what could happen.
Hit down the third baseline. Seager fields it cleanly. Oh, look at the sliding stop. Wow. Angels go down 1-2-3. They still trail here. It's 6-2. Here's the third baseman now, Kyle Seager. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point.
The third baseman, Kyle Seager.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Off we go in the 9th as the first pitch misses for ball 1.
That curveball is a pitch you have to get on top of, or else it'll take off just like that one did.
And a bouncing ball, foul. A ball and 2 strikes.
That is such a tough pitch to lay off right there, but you have to find a way. There's nothing you're going to do with that low sinker except foul it into your shin or hit a ground ball to the left side.
Nope. Breaking ball misses the corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Can't imagine he comes back with a third breaking ball. That hitter looked like he timed that one up pretty well and just missed it, fouling it away.
The 2-2 one more time. Grounded up the first baseline, but a foul ball as it holds it 2-2. He's set. Here's the 2-2. They haven't played perfectly as it's hit on the ground. Fletcher from the outfield grass. Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the 9th inning gets underway.
Now batting, shortstop.
Stepping up now, Tim Beckham. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here from the stretch. Breaking ball that's cut on and missed for the first strike. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Oh, and 2 now as a curveball drops in there for a strike.
I know to the fans that probably looked like something good to hit, but unless you're sitting breaking ball right there, I don't care if it's middle of the plate. That's a tough pitch to pull the trigger on.
1-2 the count to the Mariners shortstop. Line drive to left. Upton is going to get there as he backs up to put it away, and there are 2 gone now.
The center fielder, Malik.
Ready once again, Malik Smith. He hit a 2-bagger and later scored in his previous plate appearance. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes, and it's fouled away. Again, another foul ball. 2 out, nobody on. Fouled away.
Batter's going to have to find a way to regroup right there. That caught too much of the plate. He knew it. He missed it. He might not get another opportunity to put the ball in play.
Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses. 1-2. Skied in the air to straightaway left. On the move is Upton. He tracks it down, and that will end the inning. 1-2-3 go the Mariners. They lead it 6-2. In is the catcher Jonathan Lucroy, and to start out the inning, it looks like they've decided to stick with the same reliever out there, Dan.
They have that. I think the way he pitched the last inning kind of inspired that. But it's not uncommon for relief pitchers to have troubles after they sit and watch their guys swing the bat a bit. We'll see if he stays as sharp as he was before. Objective number 1 right here is finding a way to get on base. So I'm not surprised to see him taking on the first pitch there.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Line drive to left. And a base hit, so early trouble to lead off the inning.
That was actually a well-executed fastball into
designated
off
hitter,
the
number
plate.
5.
Credit the offensive player. He smelled that coming, turned and burned.
Woo-hole.
stepping in, Albert Pujols. He was sat down on strikes in his last at-bat. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Fastball on the first pitch, and it's taken for strike one. And here's a swing and a miss as he falls behind 0-2. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Popped him up. Gordon waits on it. And he hauls it in for the first out of the inning. Cole Calhoun will stand in now. Fourth trip to the plate for him, and he's at risk of ending that nice hitting streak that he's put together.
Yeah, chances are it's on his mind, Matt, but you just have to let that get out of the way as best you can. You have to approach this at bat just like any other. Otherwise, you're just getting in your own way.
Behind 0-2 now. 0-2, here it is. And he'll just fight this one off as it's chopped foul. A pause, and the 0-2. Had to sit back on the changeup, and he did a good job to get the bat on that one. Lucroy, a runner at first with one gone in the inning. And a fastball blew it right by him, and they're 2 down.
Well, we'll see a lot of these power arms coming out of the
center
bullpen
fielder,
in these
number
days.
25.
But it doesn't make it any less impressive to me. I love watching guys come in and blow smoke right by guys.
Here's Peter Borges standing in as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball one. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. And that's right there, and we're even at 1. The 1-1. And this is swung on and missed, so now they find themselves down to their final strike tonight.
Ugly swing right there. That pitch wasn't even close, and he offered at it. I'm not sure right now if I'm the pitcher. You could probably.
And he'll squeeze this one for the final out. And the Mariners have claimed the 4th consecutive victory here as this ball game is over. So what do you take, if anything, from this one, guys?
Matty, this season is still just getting underway. A lot of these teams haven't really shown us who they are or who they're going to be. And the ones who have begun to do so haven't had enough time to separate all that much from the pack anyway.
Yeah, this was an exciting early season game and a definite boost for the winner. But I don't take too much from these games just yet. Like D-Rose said, teams identify themselves really from this point on.
And good evening to those of you just joining us on the show. You've chosen to tune in at a great time.
Second baseman,
D. Gordon may be looking to go deep here as he and his team trail by 1 here in the 9th. And that misses ball 1. His prior history versus this arm, he's hitless in 3 at-bats. That evens it up 1-1. This one into right. That's in there. Base hit. Smith blows through the stop sign, headed for home. Tag, and they nail him at home plate as the tying run is prevented from scoring.
Now batting,
Mariners
right
are down
fielder,
to their final out
Mitch
now. And up next, the
Haniger.
outfielder Mitch Haniger. Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. And he fouls this one off. Comes set, the 0-1. Good pitch as this is swung on and missed, and now they're down to perhaps their final strike of the evening.
For the most part, he's looked really locked in at the plate in this game. Not so much on that swing, though.
Fouled off. Last chance for the Mariners. ready on 0-2. Struck him out, so he'll strand the possible tying run at second, and a great job of working out. If you're just tuning in, there may be something developing in this game that you'll want to see. Heidi, help us set the scene here.
Matt, so far the guy on the hill has been absolutely, well, I don't want to jinx him by speaking the word out loud, but it starts with a P and it ends with perfect. Are we about to be witness to baseball history here?
Okay, thank you, Heidi. Here's Ben Zobrist now, and he'll get us started in what's officially the back third of this one. And that's inside for a ball, 1-0.
Hey, plays it first. Plays it first.
2-0.
He may be down 2-0 after those first two pitches in this AB, but
hey,
those are pitches he can feel pretty good about. They didn't miss by a whole lot, so it's not like he's all over the place.
Slapped hard the opposite way, but this will be pulled in out there in left center. Well hit, but a rough out number one.
Now batting.
Hey, we got one
Here's
here.
Chris Bryant now. Past battles with Mike Lee. He's a .375 hitter. 1-0 the count. Got him to reach for it there as this is grounded to short. Beckham gloves it, and they're on 2 away now. Anthony Rizzo stands in now. 0 for 2 here to start the afternoon.
44, Anthony Rizzo.
No runs, no hits, no errors so far for the Cubbies. That's strike 2 on a well-placed changeup around the knees.
Hey, you can tell by the look on that manager's face, he's obviously frustrated right now. But it's a long season. You're going to have a lot of ebbs and flows with your offense. Does he take a step back and relax a little bit, or does he call a team meeting right after this one?
And another foul ball. Hit on the ground down the first baseline, but this will be a foul ball, and it's still 0-2. A ball and 2 strikes to Anthony Rizzo.
And it's late to his afternoon of work, and the longer this at bat goes, the better chance of him making a mistake. But as a guy starts to tire, they're more likely to leave the ball up. But man, he's been good so far.
Trying to send him packing for the second time. And he popped him up. Beckham
I got it.
is there, and that ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. We're just about giving up for dead. It's 12-0. Here's Javier Baez. He leads off their half of the 8th, and they've been unable to get that starter out of the game to this point.
Yeah, he settled in early on the mound, partly due to the lead his guys gave him to take some of the pressure off. He's taken that and pitched very effectively in this one.
Throw on to first in time, so the leadoff man is set down to open up inning number 8. The next Cub up, Kyle Schwarber. No hits to this point.
Kyle
Couldn't lay off the pitch inside. It's 0-1.
Here we go now.
Hey, I know it's a day game, but these guys better wake up. He's on point today, throwing a lot of exploding stuff, darting and diving all over.
Rolled slowly down the first baseline, but this will wind up a foul ball, strike 2. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Liner toward right center. Smith is there, 2 gone.
Well, a huge out number 2 here in the 8th. 4 outs remain, but the finish line is starting to come into focus now.
Wilson.
First pitch sinker misses in on the hands that time. It's a ball and no strikes. 1-1 the count.
Plays the one here.
A strike to Contreras, and it's 1-1. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. And now time is called as a beach ball has made its way out into left field here. Got him. So that's 8 perfect innings, and the fans can feel it now as the side is retired. Cubs are down in order, just about given up for dead. It's 12-0. Here's Jason Hayward now, starting things for his side in the ninth as they face the improbable odds of trying to come back in this one.
Yeah, not a lot of hope for them at this point. These guys know these bats still count, at least for their own stats. You can't mill in your chances as a professional.
Yanked on the ground down the line. Oh, and the perfect game is erased in the ninth. So he made it through 8 full innings, which is no small feat, let me tell you. But the no-hit bid will end right here as he surrenders hit number 1 here in inning number 9. Doggone, I was hoping we were going to see it that time.
The batter.
Now it'll be the Cubs DH. David Bote 0 for 2 on his line thus far. Oh, and he misses it on to first, and that's the very last thing they needed at this point in the ball game, as there are quickly 2 away now. And now here's the versatile outfielder Albert Almora Jr. He's their last shot here with 2 away in the ninth as they look to avoid the shutout.
Yeah, Matt.
He makes the catch, and the Mariners have finished off a 3-game sweep here on home soil as this one is over.
Well, Dan, we almost saw history today with a no-hitter. But even though that wasn't meant to be, they did get the win.
Yeah, D-Roll, and that's ultimately the important thing. It was a transcendent pitching performance for most of the game. It was a thrill to see him come so close to the no-no, and a win like this will surely give his team a lift.
And guys, Kyle Seager is a guy whose contributions to this team cannot be understated.
100%, Matty. He's not considered a superstar on this team, but he's a veteran and brings a lot to the table. If he could have one of his better years offensively, it's going to go a long way in helping this club get where they want to go. They're going to need him to produce without a doubt.
At the plate, Kyle Seager.
The third baseman, Kyle Seager.
He's set, and the pitch. Too low, 1-0. And as the Yankees get started here tonight, guys, they'll look to make it 3 straight here as they come in on the heels of 2 straight wins.
Yeah, Matty B, we're looking at a team right now. They're just playing some average baseball through 4 games of this homestand. They split it 2-2, D-Row, and I think they expect a little bit more.
Yeah, and you don't want to be playing average baseball in front of your home fans. They need to find a way to win this game and try and take 3 out of the first 5 of this homestand.
Lofted in the air out toward right center. After it is Hicks. He makes the catch. A great effort to get there and record the first out of the inning. Here's the third baseman now, Kyle Seager. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Kyle.
Now the first pitch from CC. Way inside with that one. A pretty easy take there. Both teams with just 2 hits apiece thus far.
Oh, baby, see you driving.
And this is taken for a called strike. Oh, that's a tough call. Now 1-2.
Now one time right here.
And it's fouled away. Now another 1-2. This one's outside, quite a bit off the plate that time.
This is exactly the reason why this guy has been so successful and has played this game so long, scrambling pitch after pitch, making this guy work out on the mound.
And he tried to hold up that time. We'll get an appeal down to third, and no swing. It's ball 3. Now the 3-2 pitch. Fouled away. And awfully close there on 3-2, but take your base, says Earl Hendricks. It's ball 4. Next for Seattle, Tim Beckham. Previous history with Sabathia. Comes in with 6 hits in 27 at-bats. He's gone down on strikes 8 times as well. LeMahieu with a great stop to second for 1, but they won't get 2 as he beats the relay to first. Coming to the plate now, Kyle Seager. It was a walk in his last trip.
Kyle Seager.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Taken, and that one catches the bottom part of the strike zone.
Come on now, one time.
Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Next pitch will make an even 80 pitches for Sabathia.
No one better.
Had him fooled there as this is lifted in the air out to left center and shallow. And quickly 2 are gone now here in the visitors' half of the 6th. Digging in once again, Kyle Seager. He flew out in his last at-bat.
This thing's far from over, even though we're moving into the back end of this game. Only down by 1. All they need to do is get this leadoff guy, and they're an extra base hit away from tying this thing up.
The 1-0 is laid off, but in there for strike 1.
We're seeing quite a few pitches up from him right now, and that can obviously be dangerous. A cold strike there, but he might need to lower his sights a little bit.
There you go.
Britton's ready. Here's the 1-1, and he fouls this one off.
Hey, nice and patient. Get your pitch.
The 1-2 misses for the second ball.
Hey, square one up. One time.
Hey, like you can up there, huh?
The 2-2. Hot shot down the line. And this will stay inside the third base bag. A fair ball. Throw into second. And he's going to make it. He's in at second base with a leadoff double.
Right there.
Finally, a little something for them to get excited about.
Yeah, a rally can begin with a single swing of the bat, and this might be their chance right here. They've struggled to produce a lot of runs, but there he is at second base. A shot to the outfield scores him. Then who knows what kind of roll they can get on. Got to take it one good at-bat at a time.
Tim Beckham.
Right here.
Line drive base hit. Throw comes back into the infield as that tying run will hold up at third with still nobody out.
Hey, this has the makings of being a pretty big inning, D-Row. Leadoff double, now a base hit, and all of a sudden we're looking at first and third.
Yeah, sometimes you wake up, you just get smacked in the mouth right here. He's going to have to start executing pitches. He cannot leave a ball over the heart of the plate right here. He's going to have damage on his hands.
Smith.
Pitch popped up. Andujar moving to his left, and that's the first out of the inning. So striding in, Tom Murphy, as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at third. Here's the 1-2 delivery. This is on the ground over to first. Dive, but it's off his glove, and the run should score. Throw to first is not in time, and we've got ourselves a tie ball game.
You know, D-Row, in today's game, it's not easy scoring in the late innings, so that RBI base hit to tie things up, that comes at a really good time.
Yeah, I say it's not easy. They got 11 guys in the bullpen, and I don't think a guy...
So a runner at first now with nobody out. And striding into the plate, it'll be Miguel Andujar.
Andujar.
Here comes the 0-1. Go-ahead run to scoring position now as he... And that's the first out. Ready for another chance.
Now
Kyle Seager, runner in scoring position with two gone.
Seager.
And there's the fourth wide one, so he's aboard on the intentional walk. Coming to the plate now, Tim Beckham. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game.
Tim Beckham.
Now the 1-2 pitch. Hit the other way out toward right field. And the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. Mariners leave a couple. Well, we talked about him earlier, so let's recap. Seager had a fairly pedestrian night offensively.
Well, he did have the one hit, so that's good. We mentioned earlier what a difference this guy can make for this club when he's locked in.
Yeah, Dan, and though he wasn't a major factor in this one, he's going to be just fine. You can't make the highlight reels every night, but he'll have his days, I guarantee it.
Have been a pleasant surprise so far this season and thus sparking a contender versus pretender conversation. For more on that, here's Heidi Watney.
Matt, their better than anticipated level of play has skeptics asking, are they for real? Well, I asked these players how they respond to a question like that, and one player simply said, ask the teams that we've been beating what they think. Now, I'd say that's a pretty compelling point, but it seems they'll have to keep up their winning ways for a while longer if they want to silence the doubters.
Okay, thank you, Heidi. Now to the plate, Omar Narvaez. It was a two-bagger for him in his last at-bat. First pitch coming, here it is. Lined into left center. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
Hey, another leadoff knock right there. This game has been full of offense, full of traffic on the base pass. Let's see who's going to get that big double in the gap to clear him.
Here's D. Gordon now as he takes a cold strike at the knees. It's 0-1.
Wow, I think the heart of this system is right on top of us because it is really coming down out there. This isn't an easy sport to play in the rain.
Here it comes on 0-2. And a wild pitch here as this one's to the backstop. And it's not in time as he's in well ahead of the throw. And not what they were hoping for as that moves the possible tying run into scoring position. Both teams with 8 hits in this one. The 1-2. Here's a hard hit ball that will be caught out there at short. And that's allowed out number 1.
Now batting. Right
so the lineup flips over and digging in Mitch Haniger as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Here's the first pitch to him. Fouled off. 4 runs, 8 hits, and no errors in the game for the Mariners to this point. Now Haniger with a drive. That one's hit well to deep left field. On to Lansdowne and gone. So a two-run shot to left center. 8th home run on the season for him. And this one gives him the lead at 6-5. We're watching an impressive power display today. With that one, these two teams have now hit a combined 5 homers in this game.
Matty V, this is turning into home run derby part 2. D-Row, 5 bombs already in this one.
Yeah, there's a fight at the bat rack for both teams right here. A lot of mislocations right out over the heart of the plate, and neither side is missing.
Hector Velasquez takes over to start the 6th inning on the mound. Into the box, Domingo Santana, as he will take a fastball in there at the knees for strike 1. He's 2 for 3 and looking for more here. A bouncer to the left side. Bogarts has it. In time to first, and there are 2 away.
The batter, number 10.
2 gone now in the Mariners' 6th, and that'll bring up the power bat of Edwin Encarnacion. First delivery to him on the way. High in the air into shallow left center. Bradley on the run. He tracks it down, and that will end the inning. So it's next up for the Red Sox, Rafael Devers.
Leading off
He
for
doubled
the
his
Red
last
Sox,
time through.
the third baseman, Rafael Devers.
Roenis Elias enters to do the pitching in the bottom of the
Now
6th.
pitching for Seattle, number 55. Roenis.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Clearly off with his timing on that one. A swinging strike. Well behind that fastball. It's a swinging strike.
2 mid-90s fastballs right there that he doesn't seem to think he can catch up to. I wouldn't be shocked if he came right at him again with another good one.
And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2.
I like that they went away with that pitch right there. They really tried to tie him up on that previous pitch, so he was probably what we call inside conscious. He didn't get a strike there, but I'm guessing he was looking for another ball in.
Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. And he popped him up. Beckham has a play, makes the play, 1 away. The rain
Now
coming
batting,
down as it
second
is.
baseman,
We are in for a long delay. The hope is now that they can get this one in at some point.
Now this is where it becomes tricky for the managers right now. You have your pitchers out there. You have to be careful not to hurt anybody. So I think the guys that are sitting in the bullpen are on red alert as the delay has begun. And I'm sure both of the managers have a pretty good idea of who's going to be the pitcher to go in after this delay.
Up next for the Red Sox,
2 men are gone now in the
center
Boston
fielder,
half of the 6th.
Jackie
And in to hit next, it'll be the
Bradley
left-handed batter Jackie Bradley Jr. First pitch on its way. And this one's not close. It's in the dirt for ball 1. 5 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error on the Boston line score. Now a swing, and he pops him up. This is right out in front of the mound. Elias will put this one away, and the side is retired. Brian Johnson is on to pitch from the bullpen now to start inning number 7.
Number 61.
Next will be the cleanup hitter, Jay Bruce. He singled his last time up. Here comes the first pitch. Oof, looks like he's chasing butterflies with that swing. It's 0-1.
You never want to take the aggression away from a ball player, but in this situation, I'd like to see the leadoff guy try and work the count a little bit more, especially when this pitcher's missing like he is.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Line drive to left. And that'll get by and on through towards the wall. The throw into second. And he's able to hustle his way up to second as he'll reach here with a two-base hit.
Now batting.
When you're leading by 1 run, you want to do everything you can to add to the lead and give your bullpen a little breathing room. It makes a big difference. So a double here goes a long way towards making that a real possibility.
Here's the third baseman now, Kyle Seager. Not much in the way of productivity from him so far, but he's got a chance to come through here in a crucial spot.
Yeah, it's time now that he has to put the rest of those bats behind him, because none of that matters if he can clutch up when it really counts.
The 1-0 is in there for strike one.
A nice adjustment right there for him to get on top of that baseball and drive it to the corner. The first pitch he obviously tried to overthrow, got under it, and it sailed on him a little bit.
1-2 as he chases the slider. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Bradley is there. And that's the first out of the inning. And the runner, not tagging, will retreat to second base.
The batter, number 1.
So digging in now, Tim Beckham, trying to add some padding to their lead in the form of that run standing out there at second base. Sent out to straightaway center field. And he can't track it down as this ball falls. Throw won't get him.
The batter.
So we've got runners at the corners here. One away, and that'll bring up the speedy outfielder Malik Smith. Here's the first pitch to him. A bouncer up the middle. Bogarts has it. Holt for 1 on to Moreland, and they roll 2 to end the inning. Now at the plate, Christian Vasquez.
Leading off
regarding his previous meetings with Roenis Elias. He's 1 for 4.
Vasquez. Your attention, please.
Gets the call from
now
the pen to take over on the mound and start the home
number
7.
53, Dan Altavilla.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Went about halfway there, but it's a called strike regardless. A 1-1 count now to Vasquez. Altavilla is at least partially known for his big power slider. A lot of break on that pitch, but what makes it unique is how hard he's able to throw it.
That's a foul ball.
Ready on 1-2. Too much bite on the breaking ball that time as it's well off the outside. Pitch is popped up. Bruce over to his right. And that's the first out of the inning.
Now batting.
The left-handed hitting Andrew Benintendi stands in. So far 2 for 3 in this one. And he holds up here, but the pitch is a called strike anyway. 0-2 the count to Benintendi. 1 out, nobody on. And a fastball swung on and missed as he just reared back there. 2 away.
Now batting.
Standing in, Mookie Betts. He's working on a 1 for 2 game so far. And he'll start him with a high strike here on the fastball on the outside corner. It's 0-1.
You know, you look at this hitter, he doesn't care about being down 0-1. He doesn't care about having 2 strikes with him. He's got the utmost confidence in his ability to work back into the count and get him something over the heart of the plate.
Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. Down in order go the Red Sox. This one remains close. It's 6-5.
Leading off for Seattle.
Stepping into the box, Omar Narvaez. He's 2 for 3 and looking for more here. Swing and a miss as he was way in front of that one. And now a curveball that bounces up to the plate. It's 1-1. The 1-1. Sent on the ground out to second. Oh, and he can't pick it up cleanly. And a good effort as he's able to gather it in and make the play for the first out.
The batter, number 9.
Standing in, D. Gordon. He lined out in his last trip, so looking for better fortunes here.
Yeah, he hit it hard. That's all you can ask. You can't control the result sometimes, Matty. Just unlucky with the placement.
Throws him on the bender there, and he's in the hole 0-2. Bases are empty, one man out. Grounded down the third baseline, but a foul ball, and the count holds at 0-2. The next 0-2. Now here's a line drive, but it's going to go right into the glove of the shortstop Bogarts. A laser that time, but it'll wind up with nothing to show for it. 2 away now. Stepping in now is Mitch Haniger, and he's got a shot at history here, but he'll need a triple to complete the cycle.
The last at bat, Matty D, we heard this guy's a good fastball hitter. He got a fastball and didn't miss it. We'll see if they pitch him a little bit differently this time and mix in some off-speed pitches.
On the ground for the shortstop Bogarts. Scooped up. Throw on to first, gets him, and the side is retired. Here's the first baseman now, Mitch Moreland. It was an RBI sac fly for him last time through.
Mitch Moreland.
Corey Garrett is on the pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the eighth.
Seattle, number 35, Corey.
First delivery to him on the way. Just able to get a piece of that for strike one. Sets the target low here, and it misses 1-1. 2-1 to the Red Sox first baseman.
2 balls, 1 strike.
The 2-1. And he gets a piece of this one to foul it toward the backstop. Here now the 2-2. Grounded sharply, but right at that loaded side of the infield. Throw to first is in time for the first out.
Now batting.
Here's
the
J.D.
designated hitter.
Martinez. So far 2 for 3 in this one.
Martinez.
Swing hard liner to left center. And that's into the outfield for a 1-out base hit.
Hey, this guy's obviously seeing the ball right now. That's
The
another
batter,
hard
number
hit
2.
single. 3 for 4
Shortstop.
right there. He's looking super solid at the plate.
Bogarts.
Here's Xander Bogarts now. As he'll take a look at a slider here that misses for ball 1. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Oh, this is hit to third. Will it be 2? To Gordon for 1. Relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is retired. Around the horn they go. 5-4 to 3 to end the threat. Don't touch that remote. More on MLB Network right after this. Brandon Workman enters from the pen to start the 9th inning as he'll try to keep the score right where it is heading to the bottom of the 9th. And the pitch. High and tight here to begin the inning. It's ball 1.
In today's game, everybody's trying to work off the mound north-south, trying to elevate that heater. He wanted that pitch right there, but I can tell you as an offensive player, I'd rather give you 6 inches off east-west than to have you call that high fastball.
Now the 1-1 pitch. Slapped hard the opposite way. He dives. Did he catch that? He did. What a play there for the first out.
Great jump on that ball hit to the gap in right center field. A great diving catch. One of the better plays you'll see.
Edwin Encarnacion now. As he'll take a look at ball 1. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. Sent on the ground, but right into the shift. Throw on to first will take care of Encarnacion for the 2nd out.
Up next for Seattle.
Here's Jay Bruce now. He's doubled and singled in 4 at-bats in this contest. Lifted down the line in left. Benintendi in pursuit, but he's not going to get there, and he's headed for extra bases again. And he is into second base with a double. His 3rd hit this afternoon.
Now batting.
Man, that swing looked like self-defense than a real quality swing, but hey, he muscled it out there, and it was enough to get him safely to second. Those are the kind of hits that will drive you nuts as a pitcher.
And ball 4 now as he'll take first on the intentional walk.
The batter, number 1.
Into the box now, Tim Beckham. 2 for 3 with a double on his line so far. Looking to keep this a one-run game. The pitch fought off at the plate as it's chopped foul. Bruce on second. Seager at first. 2 out in the inning. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. Benintendi ranging back, and he makes a nice catch on the track as that ends the inning. Rafael Devers the next to bat.
Leading
1
off
for 2 with a
for the
double on
Red
his
Sox,
line thus far.
the third
Anthony
baseman,
Swarzak takes the ball now in inning number 9, looking to close the door.
Your attention, please. Now,
First offering on its way.
number 30.
And a fastball's in there for strike 1.
Good pitch right there from the reliever. Tough for hitters to do much with pitches in that location unless they're looking for it.
A swing and a ground ball to third. Throw on to first, and one third baseman grounds out to the other, 1 away.
The batter,
Here's
the second
Brock Holt
baseman.
now. It was a fly out for him in his last trip. First pitch coming. Here it is. Fastball just misses. That's ball 1. 1 out, nobody on. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. And he'll come back with 1 in the dirt as the count moves to 2-1 now. Here now the 2-2. Line to the right side, and that is through into right field for a single. So he waited till the 9th inning, but he comes through here to extend the hit streak. That was close.
Jackie.
Yeah, Matty V, you see that wry smile of him coming out of the box right there. He knew what was on the line. He'd be lying if he didn't.
There's a lot of pressure on you because you're walking into that batter's box thinking, I have a nice streak going, and this is more than likely going to be my last AB. He comes through in the clutch.
The slider is laid off on the inside as it just misses the zone.
That's a great take right there. Great pitch recognition to let that one go. Opposite-handed, that's coming across the plate. You might think he got a shot to stay inside that one.
Bare-handed for 1.
Up next for the Red
Playing
Sox,
Christian Vasquez.
the catcher.
He'll be looking for something he can drive into the gap and drive home that tying run from first. Now a swing and a ground ball. This should do it. Reined in. Throw on to first will be in time to get him, and the Mariners have come in here and finished off a 3-game sweep as this one is over. So another game is in the books. Guys, what do you make of where things stand around the league as we head into June?
Matt, we are at the point in the season where certain teams have seized the mantle of front runner. If you are on one of those pace setters, you are looking to keep your stride. And if you're not, then you're trying to keep an eye on who's out in front of you and see if you can either cut into that lead or at least keep pace and not be left in the dust.
Totally agree. This is usually the time when we start to see teams separating themselves a little bit, but there's a lot of season left at the same time.
Well, this premier matchup between two current division leaders has so far lived up to its billing, guys.
It certainly has, Matt, and it's not hard to imagine that these two impressive teams could potentially meet up again in October. So it's fun to get a look at them clashing here and sizing each other up.
Here's Jonathan Scope now. And guys, 7th inning already. Hey, I'm not complaining, but this one's been flying by.
Yeah, I'll agree with that, Matt. That's what you get when both starting pitchers have it working. Neither of them have been nibbling around the strike zone at all, and they've trusted their defense to make the plays, and they've done just that.
Yeah, and it's resulted in a game that could really go either way in these late innings. A shot down the first baseline. And a backhanded reach at first, but he can't flag it down. He'll get it into second. But he'll be in there with a double.
And he obviously didn't let last night's hitless outing get to his head too much, because that's his second hit of the ball game. This one a double. I'm sure he's feeling a lot better about the way he's going right now.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. In there, and it's 0-1. 1 run, 5 hits, and 1 error make up the totals for the Twins to this point. And this one's downstairs. It's a ball and a strike. A ball and 2 strikes now.
Count is 1 and 2.
Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone.
The great equalizer, the changeup. That was a really good job of getting him to offer at that one out of the zone, and it was all set up by the fact that he got ahead in the count and forced the hitter to have to protect. That's the name of the game.
That'll bring in Williams Astudillo. Swing and a liner, but foul. The 0-1 offering. This is on the ground over to first. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Digging in and looking for more.
Leading up for the Mariners,
he'll be the man to lead things off here in the bottom of the 7th.
Narvaez.
Line drive to center field. And there's a base hit, so a chance for some insurance here to start out the home half of the 7th.
Well, I'm shocked he even pulled the trigger on that pitch. He might have been fooled right there, but he was able to keep his hands back and scramble a good pitch for a base hit.
Pineda pauses. Here's the first pitch. A ball and no strikes. Some movement now in the Minnesota bullpen as a right-hander's up and throwing. Popped up. Astudillo is there. 1 away.
Now batting.
So a
right
runner
fielder
at first now with 1
Mitch
away. And up next,
Haniger.
the former outfielder Mitch Haniger. First pitch of the at-bat. And that's waved at and missed for strike 1. Navarez stands at first with 1 out. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Rosario is there. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away.
Now batting.
So it's a runner
The
at
left
first
fielder,
with 2 men out,
Domingo.
and that'll bring Domingo Santana into the batter's box next. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Hit out towards second. Scope is there. And that will conclude matters here in the 7th. Stepping in, Mitch Garver. He leads off their half of the 8th, and they've been unable to get that starter out of the game to this point.
Yeah, he settled in early on the mound, partly due to the lead his guys gave him to take some of the pressure off. He's taken that and pitched very effectively in this one.
Ladies
Zach
and gentlemen,
Ruskup's been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to
now
start the 8th.
For the Mariners, number 59.
He's set. Here it comes.
Ruskup.
Fastball well outside. In there, and it's even at 1. Now the 1-1 pitch. Grounded fouled off to the right side. The 1-2 is a wave and a miss. He struck him out.
People always talk about how important getting the leadoff man on base is, and it's true. So in the 8th inning of a one-run game, that's a really nice job of attacking a hitter and sending him packing.
Fly ball out toward left center field. Smith's on the move. He gets there and makes the play for the second out of the inning.
The batter, number 11.
Digging in the switch hitter, Jorge Polanco. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Curveball inside corner, drops in for a strike. Grounded back up the middle. Backhanded. Throw in time, and the side is retired.
Your
Taylor
attention,
Rogers
please.
is on to pitch
Now
out of the
pitching
bullpen
for
in the bottom
Minnesota.
half of the 8th.
Number 55, Taylor Rogers.
Striding forward now is the DH.
Leading
Edwin
up for the
Encarnacion,
Mariners,
who could really use a
the
knock here,
designated
0 for
hitter,
3 in the game
Edwin
so far.
Encarnacion.
Off the outside that time as the breaking ball can't catch the zone. Hit high and deep to straightaway right field. Kepler ranging back, still going back, and it's gone. So a solo home run for Edwin Encarnacion. Number 397 for him now as he draws closer to 400, and it gives the Mariners a 3-1 lead.
And everyone in the home dugout just seemed to breathe a little easier. They're up 2 and only need 3 outs in their bullpen to wrap up the W. It's always nice to work with a little extra wiggle room.
Up next for Seattle, the first baseman, Jay Bruce.
Here's Jay Bruce now, as he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball 1. Lifetime in this matchup. Just a couple of matchups, no hits in 2 at-bats. 1-1. Rogers has a good reputation for preventing the long ball. One swing can change the complexion of the ball game when you're coming in late, but he rarely lets that happen. Part of what makes him as effective as he is. Played on the backhand, and a bit of a high throw that time, but no problem over there at first as they record the out.
Third baseman, Kyle.
So stepping in,
Seager.
1 run in and 1 gone so far this inning. And he'll hold off on the slider here to start the at-bat. It's ball 1. Fly ball into straightaway left. On the move is Rosario. Lays out, and he's got it. A great play for out number 2.
The batter,
the
number
highlight
1.
reel catch there, no
Shortstop,
doubt. He
Tim
laid out to sacrifice his body,
Beckham.
brought it in, and secured it all the way to the ground. You know his pitcher really appreciates an effort like that.
Standing in now, Tim Beckham. He swings and lines it to left. Rosario is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. So 1 run here on 1 base hit, the home run, no errors, and no one left. 9th inning coming up. The Mariners lead it 3. Up next for Minnesota, Nelson Cruz. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yeah, Matty, big time K last time up, and it's been a tough series for him so far. You can tell he's just not seeing the ball off this team. Let's see if he can make an adjustment right here.
Anthony Swarzak comes on from the pen, hoping to finish this one off here in the top of the 9th. Here we go with inning number 9 as the first pitch misses for ball 1. Swarzak A 6'4" right-hander. This is the final year of his current deal, so he'll be a free agent at season's end.
You know, Matty, I know he's in the final year of his contract, but he's playing to expectations, to be honest with you. I know he wants to turn it up a little bit, though, as he approaches the end of the season and make that salary push as he heads towards free agency again.
Throw is up the line as it gets away.
Now batting, left field.
Now at the plate, Eddie Rosario. He's hitless coming into this at-bat, so the hit streak he's been riding is on the line here.
Yeah, he's up in the double digits with it. You know, he wants to keep it going as long as possible, but this very well could be the last chance to do that.
Rosario behind with an 0-2 count.
He had some really good late action on that slider right there. It's hard to do anything with that pitch unless you're sitting on it and catch it out front before it breaks all the way in.
And a check swing here. Quick appeal, but Joe McDonald says he held off. It's ball one. Now the fastball is right by him as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning. Got him with a good high fastball there. Danny, we see a lot of that pitch in strikeout situations these days. What makes it so effective?
I think, Matt, what makes it such a tough pitch is you're changing eye levels. That fastball up looks so enticing to hit that you see that ball as a hitter. You think you can drive it, but it's really hard to get on top of that good high hard fastball.
Jonathan Schoop comes on with one gone here as he looks at a called strike one. Grounded to the right, and that finds its way through for a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are two aboard now.
Now batting.
Boy, that's one of the, I guess, the advantages of hitting with that hole between first and second base, D-Roll. First baseman has to hold that runner on. That leaves that right side wide open.
Yeah, and credit the batter right there. Nice piece of hitting right there. Not trying to do too much. He took a look at the defense and saw where it was aligned and tried to beat him.
He's 2 for 3 and looking for more here. Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1. Head-to-head against Anthony Swarzak. Just a couple of matchups, no hits in 2 at-bats. A 2-ball, 1-strike count to the Twins' first baseman.
Great chance right here as a hitter to be aggressive. You can pretty much count on a pitcher. He's trying to get back in the strike zone. And with 2 guys on base right here, it's time to grip it and rip it.
Got him on the good slider there. Swung on and missed as he's down on strikes for the second time tonight.
That's a big strikeout there with the tying run over at first base. Now, with 2 outs, it becomes a lot more difficult to manufacture that guy home. Probably need a ball in the gap to give him a chance.
Here's the first pitch to him. A high fastball is in there.
0-1's the count.
Maybe trying to back him up a bit there with the fastball. Austin at second. Schoop on at first with 2 down. Now a ball lined to the left side, but foul. Final strike for the Twins. And he struck him out for out number 3. So that'll wrap things up here as they leave the possible tying run stranded at first. So that ends what was quite an entertaining matchup of top dogs here, guys.
Yeah, when 2 division leaders face off, it is like 2 alpha dogs staring at each other. Unfortunately, there's only going to be room for one at the top of the pack. But it's fun to get a peek at what it looks like for these 2 contenders to tangle head-to-head.
Yeah, this was a fun matchup, and I have a ton of respect for both of these 2 teams. But what really matters is what comes of these 2 teams later in the season when championships are won and lost. I want to see what these teams have become at that point.
And we're in a heated contest between 2 division rivals, one of whom is happily nested at the top of the standings, and the other one is looking to shake the tree a bit.
Matt, listen, if you want to be the best, you've got to beat the best, right? These are the games where a team who's trying to come out on top of the pack can get a leg up. And, of course, if you're on top, this is a prime opportunity to keep them away.
The batter, number 9.
Here's D. Gordon
Second
now,
baseman.
as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a
Gordon.
base hit into the outfield. First offering on its way. Now a ball lined to the left side, but this will be a foul ball.
His approach to the plate right here has to be to the right side. If he gets it through the infield, that tying run might come around, but at the very least, that would get the runner to third with less than 2 outs.
Count now a ball and a strike. The 1-1. And it's fouled away. Line to the right side, but this will be gloved out there at second as he didn't have far to go for the out.
Now batting, right fielder.
Stepping in now is Mitch Haniger.
Haniger.
First delivery to him on the way. In the dirt here. Murphy, the runner at second with 1 away. Ramirez features one of the biggest yackers in the game. Curveball's got a ton of movement. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Way outside. 1-2. Swing and a miss on the breaking pitch. 2 away. Digging in now for the Mariners,
Now
Domingo
batting,
Santana.
the left fielder, Domingo Santana.
Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. And this one's in the dirt. The 0-1 offering. Lifted down the line in left. Upton shading to his right. He's got it to end the inning as they'll strand the tying run in. Here's the center fielder, Mike Trout. 1 for 2 in the
Leading
ball
off for
game
the
thus
Angels,
far.
The center fielder, number 27.
Toward the gap in right center.
Right.
This is going to be a base hit,
Right.
and he may take that big turn at first.
When you're leading by 1 run, you want to do everything you can to
left
add to
fielder,
the lead
number 8.
and give your bullpen a little breathing room. It makes a big difference. So double here goes a long way towards making that a real possibility.
Behind the runner to second. 4-3 our score here as we play the 8th. A 2-0 count to the Angels left fielder.
Back-to-back pitches, they've gone away. Do you tell yourself as a hitter he wants to come in right here? I don't think so. I think he's trying to find that outside corner and adjust accordingly.
Here it is, the 3-0. Holds off on the slider, and that's a good idea as it's ball 4. Ready now, Justin Bohr.
Now
And their
batting,
runners at the
the first
corners
baseman,
now.
Justin Bohr. Ladies
Corey
and gentlemen,
Garrett comes
your
on now in an
attention, please.
awfully difficult
Now
situation
pitching
as there
for
are
the
2
Mariners.
on here with nobody
Number
out.
35.
Here's
Corey
the first pitch to him.
Garrett.
And a first pitch sinker is over for strike 1. Changeup laid off down around the shins. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. And he's keeping it down here, and that's a called strike 2. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. And this is swung on and missed, and boy, they took care of a key man there. 1 away. So coming to the plate, Zach Kozar. Not much in the way of productivity from him so far, but he's got a chance to come through here in a crucial spot.
Yeah, it's time now that he has to put the rest of those bats behind it because none of that matters if he can clutch up when it really counts.
Digging
Now
in to
batting,
try it again.
the
Jonathan
catcher,
Lucroy. His
Jonathan
career numbers in this matchup. Just a couple of matchups. No hits and 2 at-bats. Waiting on it is Henniger. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Angels strand a couple, and it remains a 4-3 game.
Your
Cam
attention,
Bedrosian
please.
is on to pitch out of the
Now
bullpen
pitching
in the
for
bottom
the
half of the 8th.
Number 32, Cam
Edwin Encarnacion now.
This thing's far from over, even though we're moving into the back end of this game. Only down by 1. All they need to do is get this leadoff guy, and they're an extra base hit away from tying this thing up. Tough spot in the game right here. You have a very close call that doesn't go your way. This is when you have to really regroup as a pitcher and go out there and try to make quality pitches.
But this will not elude the right fielder's grasp as he ranges over to handle
now
it for
batting,
the first out.
first baseman,
Dan
Daniel
Vogelbach is
Vogelbach.
next. A couple of walks for him thus far. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Upton's under it. Makes the play, and there are 2 gone now.
Now batting,
Digging
third
in,
baseman,
Ryan Healy. Lifetime
Ryan
against this particular arm.
Healy.
He's gone 2 for 6. He also has 1 home run. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Fastball too high to start him out here 1-0. Bedrosian, a native of Georgia. He was a first-round pick back in the 2010 first-year player draft.
Yeah, he has turned himself into a really nice ball player. I wouldn't put him on a superstar level, but you know what? They didn't miss with this pick either. You go into high rounds and you carve out a career the way this guy has. Nice pick.
Line toward the gap in left center. He lays out for it, but he can't pull it in. And this, of course, is a ballpark that yields a lot of doubles as we take a look at the
Now
team
batting,
leaders for the most
shortstop,
2 base hits this
Jim
year. And, in fact, that number is
Beckham.
not only the highest in all the American League, but is actually the highest in all of baseball. So a runner at second, 2 down now. Up next, a former first-rounder, Tim Beckham. First pitch on its way. Bat explodes as this has popped up. And he'll avoid the fragments out there to make the catch that ends the... Here's Albert now. He's working on
Leading
a
off
1
for
for
the
3 thus far.
the designated hitter.
And we kick off
Albert.
the 9th inning with a swinging strike here. Nothing in 1. Looked like the sinker there. Dipped a little below the knees. Now the 1-1 pitch. Fouled straight back. The 1-2. And another foul ball. The next 1-2 pitch. And a slider runs away from him there, and the count levels at 2-2. The 2-2 one more time. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. Here's a little chopper up the middle to his left. Beckham. Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the 9th inning gets underway.
Now batting,
There's Peter
right
Borges
fielder,
standing in.
Peter
Last time through was a
Borges.
base hit.
Yeah, guys, everyone knows he's been slumping. Dan, you can certainly attest to this, only amassing a solid 1 hit in your entire career. But pressure's off now. Maybe he gets hot.
Behind 0-2 now. 1-run game here in the top of the 9th. Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1-2. And a swing and a miss here, and the first 2 are dispatched to begin the 9th.
Boy, that's really disappointing for a guy that has wheels, right? All he wants to do is get on base and take advantage of the strength of his game, which is his speed. But with the strikeout right there, you can't get on first base if you strike out.
And he turns this one around high and deep to center field. Smith racing back, and it's gone as they add still another.
The bullpen is going to have to take care of business in the bottom half of this inning. But they're going to be able to throw a lot freer that they've got that extra run to play with. Insurance runs are always huge.
He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. A ball and a strike.
Out.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Good hard sinker, but he lays off to even things at 2-2.
Well, all of the umpires in the seats thought that was strike 3, and they weren't far off, but I think that was a good call. Looked to be just a bit outside.
Another try at 2-2. Fouled away. The 2-2 one more time. Another one sent foul. The 2-2 one more time. And now here's a ball hit pretty well out toward right center field. Henniger will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side. So Cody Allen comes on looking for a save here in the bottom of the 9th inning.
Number 37.
Malik Smith the next to hit. So far 2 for 3 in this one. Lifted the other way to left center. Upton is there, and he's got that all-important first out here to start the 9th.
Up next for Seattle.
And that'll bring in Tom Murphy.
Tom Murphy.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Hit high in the air down the right field line. And that's in there. Base hit.
Well, that's what's so disappointing as a pitcher, D-Row. You make a really good pitch, and yet this guy's so big and so strong, he's able to muscle it into right field for a base hit.
Yeah, you hand your batting gloves to the first base coach right there, and you thank your lucky stars. That's a nice AB.
Digging in, D. Gordon. And, Dan, what's the plan of attack here for the guy on the mound?
Well, I think they have to go right after him. He's pretty unlikely to take you deep, but if you allow him to get on base, the chances of him scoring and tying this game become a lot greater.
That's popped up. Simmons into shallow left. He tracks it down and makes the play to record the second out.
Now
so the batting order turns over now and set to go Mitch Henniger. And he needs to make something happen. They're down to their final out here in the 9th. Oh, had him chopping at that one. It's 0-1.
Looks to me like he's just trying to do too much up there at the plate. That's an easy trap to fall into when you're the tying run, but you can't be chasing pitches out of the zone.
Oh, and it eats him up a bit. And the throw won't be in time as he'll be able to beat out the recovery throw at first. So that'll go down as a lead 4 as he certainly had his problems that time at second base.
Santana.
Big spot here. First and second, 2 men gone, and that'll bring Domingo Santana into the batter's box next. Cozart has it. Comes set, and the 0-1. And this is swung on and missed, so now they find themselves down to their final strike tonight. Last chance for the Mariners. Takes this the other way to right, but this is taken in as a perfect metaphor to end this one, as that ball was hit hard, but the ball game is over. So guys, do you think games against division rivals might mean more to the players than others?
I do, Matt. I mean, these guys are competitors and they want to win every game, but they know that when October comes around, it's a division championship that really sets you up for success in the postseason. These rivalry games are a bit more impactful to that race, so yes, I think their outcome can affect the players' morale a little bit more noticeably.